This tutorial covers formatting of references in accordance with the APA Manual of Style. The APA Manual addresses each type of resource you might want to cite in your paper, but there are too many variants to exhaustively cover in this tutorial, so we will concentrate on those you are most likely to use. First things first, when we refer to APA, we are talking about the literal Manual of Style published by the American Psychological Association. The purpose of this manual is to establish a simple set of procedures or style rules that would organize the many components of scientific writing to increase the ease of reading comprehension. Please remember that you are not expected to memorize these rules. You should refer to the APA Manual of Style as you write, and if you do not have your own copy of the manual, you may borrow one from the Shake Learning Resources Center. Reference examples begin on page 193 of the APA Manual. When do you credit sources? If the source has had a direct influence over your work, you must cite it. If you used a source for data, definitions, background information, or in any kind of argument, you must cite it. Also, credit a source if you are using facts and figures that are not common knowledge. This last one is a little bit of a gray area, so as a general rule of thumb, when in doubt, cite the source. References start on a new page at the end of the paper. They are listed alphabetically, are double-spaced, and use a hanging indent. Remember to include all cited works in your references page. Let's look at some reference examples. Here you see examples of references for print books. Reference examples for books, reference books, and book chapters start on page 202 of the APA Manual. Pay close attention to punctuation, spacing, and italics. Things such as notating when an editor is named instead of an author need to be conveyed when writing this reference. For just a chapter in a book or an entry in a reference book such as an encyclopedia, use the format you see here. Print books require the location of the publisher and the publisher's name. Ebook chapters require a URL or a digital object identifier. Citing ebooks that have no print version is different from print books in that instead of a publisher location and name, you provide the URL the book was retrieved from or a digital object identifier, such as is shown in this slide. If you choose to cite a general web page, format the information as you see on the slide. It is possible that all the information you need to fully create the reference, like a date or author, won't be readily apparent on the page. It is your responsibility to look for the information. You might find more information by going to the home page or to an About page. If you are referencing a document that is more than a page long, provide the home page URL. If no author can be found, use the title of the page instead of a name as the first position of the reference. If no date can be obtained, use the abbreviation ND as a stand-in for the date. Here is an example of a reference for a journal article. Reference examples of periodicals start on page 198 of the APA Manual. The word periodicals covers a large number of types of documents that you might have to reference. Make sure to consult your APA Manual. There are many rules for things such as listing authors, including issue numbers, and what additional information should be included if your article is from a journal, newspaper, or elsewhere. For example, you list up to 7 authors of an article. If there are 8 or more authors, you only list the first 6, then type an ellipsis, followed by the last author. Noted in this slide, include the journal's issue number in parentheses only if each issue starts its page numbering with 1. Say, for instance, the first page number of the journal you are referencing starts with 297. You wouldn't include the issue number because your reader would be able to find the issue referenced by that page number. In addition to the print APA Manual, you can also look to the APA Style website or the Purdue Online Writing Lab, commonly referred to as the Purdue OWL. It is important that you are familiar with the specifications of APA, but there are also tools to help you build your references page. Most databases have cite tools that provide you with formatted references, such as you see here. You can copy and paste the reference into your own references page. The VU Library Catalog OneView also has citation tools. You can copy and paste the APA reference from the items record. You can also create a list of resources in OneView and create a reference list automatically. These are all great tools, but remember to check the references because there could be incorrect formatting due to human error when entering information into the original record. If you have any questions or need any help, don't hesitate to contact a librarian. You can drop by the library, send an email, or call a librarian directly or at the reference desk.